to library at the primary school. That for me was responsible for that. Gave me lunch, drove me back from school. One of the very few memories I still hold on to. I came to see my brother. This is not a proper complaint. I came to greet him and go to the shop for visit. I wouldn't think it's appropriate for me to give any interviews. But that notwithstanding, with your permission, we are God-fearing people. Peaceful, God-fearing people. We hate injustice the same way my aunt hated injustice. Is how I hate injustice. That is how this place also hates injustice. We are not fighting to put down anybody. We are not fighting to cheat anybody. We are not fighting to shortchange anybody. We are fighting to make life easier, bearable, tolerable for everybody, including Hausa Fulani people. That people may live decently. That people may enjoy what I refer to as honorable existence on this very earth, no matter how many years that the Most High has decreed that you have to live as a person. What is happening now is terrible, and that is why I have come. That is why the Most High has determined that I should come to let our people realize that there is a better alternative, there is a better way to do things, and that is what I feel is happening. That's what we are searching for. To be free. The same freedom that Yahweh Yeshua came and died for, Jesus Christ, is what we are fighting for. To be free, to set ourselves free from this bondage and the slavery we find ourselves in.
And what I'm Godfather. I'm a billionaire. And what I'm ego. And I want to know so I got alone to Kanu. Where you saw a chichawa. So give the idea, so give the one use for home mother, so give the eyes of the every sinabo. People, why are na-eche ka nke ego enwere kwa m ego na-ekwuche ike ọ bụrụ ịgbapụ ebe a maka na ahịa ka ego enwere m ego eburu gị ihe ka ego ọ kesi ogo ọha na-emebi obodo enwere m ego na-egekwanụ m ntị enwere m ego na-eke ọrụ ka m bịa ịlụ achọrọ m idozi obodo debata m ji wee rapụ fim m na-eme maka onwere otu ebe biznes ya na-aga wee sị na m ga-ewepụta onwe m taba afụ dị na ya for the first 2 months or 3 months otu a ka m si akwụghalị n'afịa niile na-akwụghalị na-aga si na obodo ga-adịnata mma gọọmenti ada sọpọtụ ndị Nnewi gọọmenti ada sọpọtụ ndị Ọnịcha nothing o nwere biznes ya na-aga ọ na-ewe m iwe ọ iwu ya ka m ji wee pụta so biko na enidi m ka unu kwado m unu kwado anyị unu jee asị ka atụkwa alụfọ ọzọ atụ ọlụfọ ọzọ ha gaba that is another 4 years of suffering. Ọ bụ na ha bakwa again ndị niile a na-ebugharị nnukwu moto na-ebugharị ọ mmadụ ọ ndị Godfather na-eweta ego niile ahụ anyị ji eme all those things. Ọ na-ekele gị obi adịrọkwa mma. They are waiting to enter there. Once they enter there, o nwere onye ị ga-anụzi onu ya again for the next 4 years. O nwego ndị kpọọ m sị m bịa yu na o nwere ebe a ga-egosi m ga-efiche m iru mburu ike na-eke nsịkwa mba ọkwa ibu enyi n'ozi na ya I will never ma mmepụtasị na nna eje n'alụ sọpụta mma ụmụ mmadụ ka m ga-erụrụ ọrụ I will not do it. Kama ego nwakọba m ọkọ m moto mmebie m na-eji ụkwụ na-aga anyị ga-agbagide mba nwatụrụ anyị ruo gọọmenti ahụ eburu isi na-abụ bikonu kwado anyị ayịyọ ka nna ayọ ọ bụrụkwa by force mana ayịyọ obodo ka m chọọ ka anyị dozie biko unu kwado anyị ka olu anyị aka biko all youth ga-edozi ndụ ndị youth maka na all youth water problem youth ndị papa ha ghọtara ya ego Democratic People's Congress because Patagaya for 2 months. November 18, Gabiawa Hazubiko. November 18, Gabiawa Hazubiko.
Affirmative action actually works where people are disadvantaged.
Yes.
In Nigeria, northern Nigeria that is being targeted with affirmative action is not disadvantaged in the sense that, you don't have, we didn't have an apartheid government that made sure that people didn't go to school there, that suppressed people. On the contrary, we've had northern Nigeria ruling Nigeria for many, many, many years. And so if you look at it and say, okay, if it is not an issue of oppression, is affirmative action the right solution? And the issue is, and exactly what you said, that if you find that people are educationally backward, you address the educational backwardness. You don't pull down the whole country.
No.
You really look at what it is that is, what are the challenges? Is it teachers? Is it whatever resources? So the affirmative action should actually be that you should put more money in the educational sector and really targeting those challenges that they face. But Father, it goes down to the point I was making about education and shame. As a Pan-Africanist, nothing has pained me more than this idea of that the North is educationally backward. Because for me, it goes to the core of racism, that black people are accepting, I'm stupid. Yes, I am stupid. Lower the mark for me. That's basically what the
so that's what you mean by lack of a sense of shame.
Exactly. How can we as Africans accept that a group of us in a part of Nigeria are saying, yes, we're stupid. Yes, we cannot learn. So as a result of that, lower the cutoff mark so that I can pass. This is something that we as a country really needs to say this is unacceptable. We need to be able to say no. There is nothing wrong with the intellect of a northerner. There's nothing wrong with the learning ability of a child in northern Nigeria. What is missing that they don't have the support that they need. And as a country, we should be able to say no. As black people, we're not going to accept that there's a part of this country that says I am stupid, I cannot learn. I went to a federal school. I went to Federal Government College in Ilorin. And most of the people who came from the north, when they came into our school, couldn't read or write. Some of them just couldn't.
But by the time
they were done, one of the girls had one of the best results in my secondary school. It is unfair what is happening in northern Nigeria. It is unfair to put a whole generation of people and tell them how I am going to help you is I'm going to bring down and you're not doing it. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's not about me. It's not about southern Nigeria. It's about the educational mess that you're creating in your part of the world, because those kids, you're going to reap what you sow. As long as we allow these kids not to have an education, not to have hope, the drug abuse situation in northern Nigeria is getting really out of hand. There's a lot of frustration. And all because we're saying, oh, you cannot learn, let us give you pass marks. And the problem is that when those things were done, the assumption was that government will always be the biggest employer. So even if you had 10%, you're from the north, we're going to give you a job in the ministry. Those things don't exist anymore.
No.
Now people have to compete. Mm-hmm. And you come to the private sector, you can hardly find northerners working in the private sector. What have you done? What are you doing to our people who are from the north? We need to be able to create a society in which everybody can take care of themselves. And the thing is that the kids are able to do it.
They are.
I work in northern Nigeria. My work in Girl Effect was 100% northern Nigeria. I see these kids, as we start to work with them, how they blossom, how smart these kids are.
So they have been denied opportunities.
They have been denied opportunities, and yet the rest of Nigeria is looking at it that they are being given opportunities. No. Anybody who tells you that you're not good enough is not doing you a favor.
It's not doing you a favor.
Anybody who tells you that you do not have the capacity to be the best that you can is not doing you a favor. Northern Nigeria leaders or the federal government or whoever is creating these policies is not doing a favor to the citizens of northern Nigeria. This is unfair. These are intelligent people. These are once you put them in the look at
the right environment.
Exactly, the ones who are in southern Nigeria, the ones who are going to school, the ones who do go to school. I mean, is Sanusi not a northern Nigerian? And all the other people who came out with first class, who went to Catholic universities in the Catholic schools in the old days, are they not northerners? Is there something in their brain that makes them different? No, they're just as smart as anybody else. But when you have a system and a government that thinks that tokenism is favor, that thinks that getting things easy and free is doing your people a favor, that is a travesty. Look at the oil industry, which is our
cash cow.
Our cash cow. Look at how many people from the north are in NNPC. Compare that to the people from the north who are in Shell and all the other private
competitive. Yes.
Yeah. You have 90% in NNPC, less than 1% in these other ones. It's a clear show that if NNPC falls tomorrow or it's privatized,
if it's privatized, then many of those people will lose their jobs.
And they're not employable. Even though they have had this number of years of experience working in NNPC, they're not employable because it's all about rent seeking. Who are you doing a favor to? Because the future of oil and the future of every sector is a private sector. It's business.
Sure.
How many businesses in northern Nigeria are owned by northern Nigerians?